Welcome children of class 7. Now the next chapter we have to start is the atomic structure, and we already have done two chapters. This is the third chapter of the syllabus and the last chapter. So children, atomic structure. You might have heard of the word atoms, and in this chapter we are going to study about atoms and various things related to it. So children, just as a building is made up of bricks, similarly all elements are made up of atoms. So it is the smallest unit of elements. If same kind of atom join together, we get a homogeneous substance like oxygen, nitrogen, etc. And if different atoms join together, we get a heterogeneous substance like water, carbon dioxide, etc. These homogeneous substances are known as elements and heterogeneous substances are known as compounds. So children, elements are made up of atoms of the same kind, and compounds are made up of atoms of different kind. Now children, will come to the definition of atom. The definition of an atom is that an atom is the smallest particle of an element that takes part in the chemical reaction, and we also add to it that it may or may not exist independently. So the definition of atom is, children, an atom is the smallest particle of an element that takes part in the chemical reaction, full stop. It may or may not exist independently. Now children, an Indian philosopher Kannad was the one of the first person to propose that matter is made up of very small particles called Parmanu. So he named them as Parmanu, but later John Dalton called these particles as atoms. The word atom means indivisible. Inside the atom, there are present a variety of even tinier particles called subatomic particles. So, atom is also made up of some subatomic particles, and it is made up of some small particles known as subatomic particles. Now, children, atoms join together to form molecules. Many atoms join together to form molecules. Atoms do not exist independently. They combine with other atoms to stabilize themselves. They may combine with atoms of their own kind or of different kind. These linked atoms are known as molecules. So children, some of the stable atoms stay in isolated form, that is, they remain monoatomic. For example, the atom of neon, helium, argon, and they are unstable and say they don't join to anyone else and neon. Whereas unstable atoms, the other unstable atom, they join together to form groups of linked atoms called molecules. For example, hydrogen is made up of two atoms of hydrogen. So a hydrogen molecule is made up of two atoms of hydrogen. Now children, ball and stick diagram to show three-dimensional arrangement of atom is given in this figure. So you can see that different kind of atom join together in different ways to form a molecule. Now children, if we talk about inside an atom, so atoms are the main building block of matter. Inside the atom there are present variety of even tinier particles called subatomic particles, and these are protons, neutrons and electrons. So we say that atom is made up of particles called protons, neutrons and electrons. They are called as subatomic particles. Now children, I want to tell you here one thing, that these are the main subatomic particles, but there exists more subatomic particles also, which we are not discussing here. There are about 200 different subatomic particles which are present in an atom. So children, an atom has a central part which is called the nucleus, containing the subatomic particles named as protons and neutrons, and electrons are present outside the nucleus and they revolve around the nucleus in definite orbits known as energy shells. So children, if you see an atom, there is a center part in an atom called the nucleus, and nucleus contains protons and neutrons, and there are orbits or energy shells outside the nucleus, and they contains the electron. So now children, we have some terms related to an atom. First is atomic number. Children, if you talk about atomic number, we say that atomic number is the number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom of an element. It is represented by capital Z. So atomic number, or Z, is equal to number of protons. But we also know that number of protons is equal to number of electrons. So children, if you have 10 protons in an atom, then you are going to have 10 electrons. So number of protons and number of electrons are same in an atom. So children, remember that atomic number cannot be the number of electrons, since the number of electron changes during chemical reaction. But when we talk about these number of electrons, children, many atoms lose their electrons or gain electrons to form molecules. So the number of electrons may change during the chemical reaction. Now children, atom is electrically neutral. This is because the reason for it, because the number of protons is positive charge, and it is equal to the number of electrons, and electrons have a negative charge. So the protons which is having the positive charge is always equal to the number of electrons which is having the negative charge. So if you can say that an atom is electrically neutral, as a result total positive charge of proton is equal to the total negative charge of electron. And children, when we talk about the next term, that is mass number. The mass number is the total number of protons and neutrons inside the nucleus of an atom, is known as mass number or atomic mass of an atom. So atomic mass or mass number is represented by capital A, and it is equal to the number of protons plus number of neutrons. For example, oxygen atom has 8 protons and 8 neutrons in the nucleus. So it has a mass number of 8 plus 8, 16. Sodium atom has 11 protons and 12 neutrons. So children, the mass number of sodium will be 11 plus 12, 23. And relative atomic mass. So children, relative atomic mass means when we measure the mass of something in relation with something else. So relative atomic mass is the number which tells us how many times an atom of that element is heavier than one atom of hydrogen. So we are measuring the weights of the atom by one atom of hydrogen. For example, the atomic weight of nitrogen is 14. This means that one atom of nitrogen is 14 times heavier than one atom of hydrogen. As the atomic weight is in the ratio, hence it does not have any units. Now children, arrangement of these subatomic particles in atoms. Say if you have an atom of oxygen and its atomic number is 8. So we say that its electrons distribution in different shells. As I have told you that there are shells, energy shells or orbits outside the nucleus, and it contains electrons. Now children, there is a set of rules which define how many electrons can be accommodated in a shell. So the first shell can have a maximum of 2 electrons. The second shell can have 8 electrons, and we are talking here till atomic number 20, which will be discussed later. So children, we say that first shell is going to have 8, then the next second and third are going to have 8 electrons, and the fourth will have the rest number of electrons. This I am talking about the elements having atomic number till 20, which is in our studies. So children, in oxygen atom which has 8 electrons, the electronic distribution or the electronic configuration will be 2 and 6. This means that the first shell is going to have 2 electrons and the second shell is going to have 6 electrons, and the number of protons will be 8, and number of electrons will be 8, and number of neutrons will be 8. So children, if you see the atomic structure of oxygen over here, the center part is the nucleus, which is having protons equals to 8, neutrons equals to 8, and the first shell outside the nucleus is having 2 electrons denoted by small circles, and the second shell is having 6 electrons. So this is the atomic structure of oxygen atom. Now we have the atomic structure of sodium atom. Now children, so that the atomic number of sodium is 11. That means it has 11 electrons. And if you define these electrons, so electronic configuration will be 2, 8 and 1. So children, the first shell is also called the K shell. the second L, and the next M, N, and so on. So children, if you see that in K shell or first shell it has 2 electrons, in the L shell it has 8 electrons, and in the M shell it has 1 electron. If you count all these numbers, it will come out to be 11. So it has 11 electrons distributed as 2, 8 and 1. And number of protons is 11, number of electrons is 11, and number of neutrons is equal to 12. So children, in the nucleus you see that number of protons here are 11. It is wrong given over here. It should be 11, not 8. And number of neutrons here should be 12. So make this change over here, children. It is not 8. In this atom of sodium, protons is equal to 11, neutrons is equal to 12. Then in the first shell we have 2 electrons, in the second shell we have 8 electrons, and in the third shell we have 1 electron. So children, this is regarding the atomic structure of sodium. Now children, we have to just remember one thing, that Niels Bohr, a Danish scientist, was the first person who gave the idea of electron shell and indicated that each shell can hold a limited number of electrons. So children, if you see, the first shell is just outside the nucleus and it is called the K shell. It can hold 2 electrons. The second shell is called the L electron. It is going to L shell. It is going to have 8 electrons. The third is going to hold 18 electrons, and so on. There is a formula for storing these electrons. So for any elements, atomic number are shown as subscript and mass number as superscript. This means children, like a atom named X is given, so A, which is being written as a superscript, is representing the mass number or the atomic mass, and Z is representing the atomic number. So if you see Na is sodium, 23, 11. So 23 is its mass number and 11 is its atomic number. Oxygen 16, 8. So if you see 16 is its atomic number and 8 is its 16 is its mass number and 8 is its atomic number. So children, if you see, an atom has 4 protons, 4 electrons and 5 neutrons. What is the atomic number and mass number? So we'll say that the atomic number of this will be 4, as the atomic number is equal to the number of protons, and mass number will be protons plus neutrons. So protons are 4, neutrons are 5, so mass number will be 9. Now children, how many protons, electrons and neutrons are present in the following atom also indicate the atomic number and mass number. If you write over there 16, 8 for oxygen, so we say that 8 is its atomic number and 16 is its mass number. And number of protons here will be 8, number of electrons will be 8, and number of neutrons, you subtract the atomic mass or the mass number by the atomic number. So 16 minus 8 will be 8. So its number of neutrons is equal to mass number minus atomic number. So it will be 16 minus 8, which will be 8. And if you see the second case, 64, 29 of copper. So children, its atomic number will be 29 and its mass number will be 64. And children, if you subtract 64 minus 29, you will get the number of neutrons here. And the number of protons will be 29. So children, in phosphorus, the mass number is 31. The atomic number is 15. Number of neutrons will be 31 minus 15, that is 16. And number of protons will be 15, number of electrons will be 15, and number of neutrons will be 31 minus 15, and so on. That will be 16. And you can find out in the next way for A, D and E also. Now children, we come to an element. But before an element, children, there is some important thing written about an atom. Inside the nucleus, we know that the nucleus of every atom contains protons and neutrons. These in turn are made up of smaller particles called quarks. The quarks are held together by other particles called gluons. Now children, this is a detailed study, we must know it, but it is not asked. The protons, neutrons and electrons that make up an atom are just 3 of 200 subatomic particles that are known. So there are more than 3 particles, but we only focuses on these 3 particles, that is the protons, neutrons and the electrons. Now children, the next term is an element. So we say that an element is the simplest form of a pure substance which cannot be divided into any other simpler substance. An element contains similar kinds of atoms identical in all respect. For example, is oxygen. So oxygen is an element. An oxygen element, one molecule of oxygen contains 2 atoms of oxygen. So it is written as O2. Hydrogen, chlorine, all these are elements because they contain atoms of only one kind. And the next is compound, children. A compound is a pure substance which is made up of 2 or more elements chemically combined in fixed ratio by weight. For example, water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, and the formula for water is H2O. So if you see that the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 and atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So if you see the total mass of water, there are 2 hydrogen atoms, so it will be 2 into 1, and there is 1 oxygen atom, so it is 1 into 16. So the total mass of hydrogen is 2 and the total mass of oxygen is 16. If you find its ratio, it will be 1:8. So we say that thus water contains hydrogen and oxygen in the fixed ratio of, it is contained in the fixed ratio of 1:8, and this is the formula given for the ratio for the water molecule. Now children, here we are going to now do the skill fill. We have to choose the elements and compounds by looking at their formulas and write them in correct places. So 2 columns are given and we have to find out. So children, if they are made up of same type of atoms, we call it as elements, and if they are made up of different atoms, we'll call them as compounds. So nitrogen will come under the category of elements. Aluminium Al will come under the category of element. Then if you see, hydrogen will come under the category of element. Magnesium will come under the category of elements. Then iron will come under the category of elements, and oxygen will come under the category of elements, since they all are made up of only one type of atoms. And in compounds, the first is CO2, carbon dioxide, which is made up of 2 atoms, that is carbon and oxygen. Then NH3, children, is ammonia. It is made up of 2 atoms, nitrogen and hydrogen, so it is a compound. Then methane, CH4 is methane. This is again a compound. Then CO is carbon monoxide. It is made up of 2 different atoms, carbon and oxygen. And water is made up of 2 atoms, hydrogen and oxygen, so it will be called as a compound. So compounds are made up of 2 or more than 2 different type of atoms, and elements are made up of same type of atoms combined together. So children, this is the first part of this chapter, and in the next part we'll continue this chapter and we'll cover this chapter in 2 or 3 videos, since it is a big topic. So children,